Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Elisha Rosenzweig and I'm part of the Vitrage development team. Today we're going to see a short demo of Vitrage and its capabilities today. So here we have a OpenStack dev stack with the 4 VMs. You can see that VM3 is suspended and the others are active. Let's see how we see this in Vitrage. Vitrage has 3 views, which we will see in this demo. The first is the topology view. Topology view is a hierarchical demonstration of the topology, and you can see here that we start off from the OpenStack cluster. If we delve deeper, we can zoom in. Here we have the Nova zone. Going even deeper, we can see the Austin DevStack Nova host, and finally we can reach the different VMs. For example, VM3, which has a different color because it's in a suspended state. To demonstrate what Vitrage can do and how it can reflect things within this view and others, we're going to raise an AODH alarm. We're generating an alarm here for CPU. We're trying to generate an alarm that will be raised quickly. So the threshold is set to 0 and the period is for 60 seconds on CPU. So let's see if the alarm is moved to active state. Okay, we're in active state. Let's see what happens within Vitrage. So you can see now that VM1 has changed its state to being suboptimal. The reason this has happened is because once the alarm has been raised, and you can see it here listed, the list of alarms, CPU alarm, is that we have a template set to do this exactly, that when this alarm is raised, we change the state of the VM within Vitrage. Note that this does not change the state in Nova, only in the Vitrage view. In addition, we have the entity graph, which Vitrage maintains. You can see it has a collection of all the different resources we monitor and their interactions and relationships with one another. So we have 4 VMs. You can see here we have this new alarm, the CPU alarm, which we got from AODH via polling. We also have a switch, and we have a private virtual network and a public virtual network to which the different VMs are connected. These vertices are ports. This information comes from Neutron. The VMs and DevStack come from Nova. We also have this have switches, which comes from a physical configuration, and we also have a volume here attached to the VM, which comes from Cinder. Next, we're going to show you how we also interact and integrate with Nagios. First, let me clear the first scenario. So Nagios is a monitoring tool. Here we have the server and the switch, which we are monitoring. We are now going to raise the uptime alarm. Here we're creating an alarm, even though there is no actual problem with the switch, to show you how it's reflected once Nagios reports an alarm, a problem has been detected. So for this, we will see now the alarms view. The alarms view in AODH, in the Vitrage, shows us a list of all the alarms and where they're collected from. You can see that the type here includes Nagios, which is alarms coming from Nagios, and Vitrage, which is deduced alarms raised in Vitrage. You can see that we have here alarms on Nova host, Nova instance, and switch. If we take a look at the switch alarms, the uptime alarm is the new one that we raised. And if we look at the root cause analysis of this alarm, you will see that the uptime alarm, here in gray, caused an alarm to be raised on the host, of host connectivity at risk, and also an alarm on each one of the 4 instances that we have in our system. This is the context, the alarms and the root cause analysis of the context of the switch. However, our root cause analysis is a context-dependent analysis, so that if we look at a specific instance for its root cause, we can see that this alarm here on the instance was caused by a host alarm, which was caused by an uptime alarm. So here you can see how different alarms and give us a different perspective on what caused them and what they caused. Finally, we also set in the Vitrage template to affect the state of both the host and the VMs when such a situation occurs. So you can see here that the dev stack is now set to error, as are each of the VMs, and this is all done by Vitrage templates, which we can go into at a later point to see in more detail how we can generate such templates to cause this kind of behavior. So that's it. We showed here how we can integrate both alarms from AODH and from Nagios into Vitrage. We saw how in the entities view we can see all the different entities that are brought into Vitrage by the different data sources. And within the alarms view, we also saw the root cause analysis view of Vitrage, which shows how the different alarms interact with one another. Thank you very much.